We always look forward to games like this every season. Teams riding momentum, coming in a clash for national supremacy and trying to make a statement as we get close to the playoffs. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Bulldogs will get this season underway as toe meets leather. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the back. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Yeah, nice job by this defense, stringing it out towards the sideline. And when I do that, man, all my body's got to rally to the football. We got to run to the football really, really hard from inside out. Nice job by the defense getting to the quarterback and making the play.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds his man, it's Johnson. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. The Cowboys moving quickly to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
The screen, he can go. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Here comes the heat. Looking deep. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. And the Cowboys are rolling down the field. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Pulls it in, it's Bussey. And he'll be smacked to the ground. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big Ten too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players...
There he goes. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
The give to the tailback. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Punts it out of the air. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Cowboys want to pick up the tempo. He's got it on the run. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And that is the kind of drive to start a season that is going to put a smile on your head coach's face. They were just methodical in the way they marched down the field. Awesome execution. You cannot start the season any better than that right there.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. On the run, it's Frazier. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5.
Time to take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. He's at the 40.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. This quarterback part of their running game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Got a man, it's Johnson. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Oklahoma State has the lead here. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. This is a designed run. Got the first down and still on his feet. And the Cowboys will hustle to the line.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working. Because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff. And the message and what they're preaching, they all believe they could do something very special this season.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Touchdown, Cowboys! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possession.
Going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass. It's Holstein. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 4th down, going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Breaks into the open. That's 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the pistols firing on offense. They've come out smoking cooking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out more space.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Lets it fly. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This offense has it with really good field position. Gonna run it. It's Frazier. He had all kinds of company as soon as
Nah, we put too many on there, man.
way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish.
You trying to get followed like Underwood, bro.
To get going.
They got 9 throwing power. Ain't I'm throwing. Come on, bro. What you doing?
2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away.
This defense is going to use this guy in a lot of different ways. You'll see him rush the passer. Obviously, he'll have his name called when the offense tries to run the football, but I love his coverage ability.
Yeah. It's conference championship.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. He wants to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, missed the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
Looking downfield, it's Holstein. Dumps it to the back. Grab near the marker. It's Frazier. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Looking for the time with the extra point.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they forced the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He'll take it himself. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. He unleashes a long one. He's got it. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
You know, there's a lot of communication when it comes to defenses. Like, you have to talk. You have to understand if somebody does this, I have to do this. I have to pass off wide receivers. Apparently, the communication was busted.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Moves around to clear up the vision. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
To throw, it's Underwood. Under fire. Fires deep toward the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Makes the grab on the left. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Cowboys are threatening on 1st and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Quarterback keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The gun wants to pass. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And an empty backfield here on 2nd and short. Looking for a man. It's Holstein. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best play.
Turning it on! And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Dogs!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. We can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. more snaps before the half. Looking downfield on first down. He tries to take the top off. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Cowboys will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They didn't, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Got the quick pass. There he goes. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
That looks like a real simple play by the wide receiver, but give him a ton of credit. That was an excellent route. He never telegraphed that he was breaking to the outside. Kept his eyes downfield, so when he cuts, he's able to get maximum separation from the defender, and that's why that play is successful.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Well, I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their one-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try to get it back to you without giving up any points.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback making adjustments. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Fires to the middle. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hind end.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football with the relentless chase. I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
The sure hands, it's Hawkins. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Fourth down and less than a yard, and of course the offense is going to stay on the field. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive.
Intercepted, just what the defense's doctor ordered. Taking it the other way. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys.
game-changing play for this defense, stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, big update in a top 5 game today. Oregon has the lead right now in Eugene, but that typically dynamic offense just hasn't been able to put it away. They're up by 10 over Notre Dame. Much more on this top 5 matchup should anything change. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that flat. Brings into the open. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
To the air. It's Holstein. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, a big key for this defense coming into this game was could they impact this guy when he drops back to pass? We all know he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in all of college football. They weren't sure, honestly, if they were even going to be able to get him to the ground. They just wanted him to get rid of the football earlier than he needed to. But that time, in the second half, they come away with their first sack of the game, and that is going to be a big shot in the arm for this defense.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There has been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles. And a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that side.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Looking for space. It's Fields. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Cowboys are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, nice job finding a crease to go get that first. And, Dave, there's just some running backs out there that feel like they have that sixth sense. They just know where the marker is. They know where that first down marker is, and they're just able to find a way to fall forward and get it.
Oh, and I love when they don't dance. Know the situation, right? Don't bounce things that don't need to be bounced. When I need to stick my face in there and lower my shoulder and get a couple yards, I got to know the situation. Great job by him running the ball physical and finishing the run for a first down.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Got it in the middle, it's Hawkins. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Flushed out of the pocket. And into the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the third quarter. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the fourth quarter gets underway. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Quarterback sneak wedging himself into the line. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. They move on top here in the fourth.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And right down the middle. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Holstein. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
It's so hard to get to quarterbacks when they get the ball out of their hands this fast. Great job understanding what the defense is doing, right away assessing, hitting the corner route right off the jump.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Just keep slinging it. Looking to buy time. Lets it fly. He's open on the right. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Under fire.
Run play by the quarterback. Big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
The Dogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. The throw. And he is finding wide open defenders all over